Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian with BizBaits here. I wanted to take a second here. We're going to show you how to rig our 6-inch Dizzy Diamond in the most common and most popular way to throw it, which is on a shaky head. This is probably the number one question we get asked is taking a finesse worm, rigging it on a shaky head. How do you rig it? So we're going to show you. This is our stand-up style shaky head to complement the Dizzy Diamond. What's really unique about this and the two baits together is the head itself is flat on the bottom, gives you leverage to help that bait stand up, gets it off the bottom, entices the bass, allows you to have a really good shake with the Dizzy Diamond. The Dizzy Diamond itself is salted, scented, and is made with a good buoyant plastic that also wants to stand up. So when you pair these two together, they're going to be on a shaky head. It's going to be up off the bottom, really good shake through the tail. So that's why the Dizzy Diamond's been so popular for us. So let's get in on how to rig this thing, which is the most common question, and then how to fish it. You got your shaky head, and most shaky heads have this pigtail screw lock on here, and that's going to allow you to screw the plastic onto the front, Texas rig it, and allow it to be a little bit more weedless, come through cover a little bit better. So how we rig this thing. The first thing you do is you take the nose of the worm and push it on and start screwing it onto the screw lock. With the Dizzy Diamond, I like to bite a little bit of a piece off the nose. It gives you a little bit more of a blunt, flat finish, a little more meat to start that screw. So here we go. All right, so you're gonna take the nose of the worm, line it up with the screw lock, and just start twisting it on there. While you're doing that, just try to keep it as centered as you can on the worm. Keep twisting. As that worm gets closer and gets tight, stop twisting to where the flat side is pointed down towards the hook. So you can see here how I have it. You want to have flat side down. Next step, now you're going to look at how to rig the back of it. So you're going to line the worm up behind the hook. Where that hook lines up on the plastic, put your thumb to save that spot. And where your thumb is, you're going to bend it and push that hook point through. You can keep that hook point snugged under the plastic so the worm's nice and straight, a little bit more weedless, and it's ready to pop free on a hook set. All right, so you got your Dizzy Diamond rigged up on your shaky head. Gear-wise, you're gonna wanna use typically a spinning rod, medium heavy, because that hook is protected and basically Texas rigged with the plastic. You're gonna need that medium heavy rod, so when you set the hook's gonna come through the plastic and still get that fish really nice. So if you use too light of a rod, the hook point won't come through and you won't get a good hookup ratio. So medium heavy rod. Line-wise, I mean, a lot of guys like to use 10 pounds, probably the lightest you want to go, fluorocarbon-wise. 12 pounds, probably a little more ideal. Somewhere in the 10, 12 range. See what you like, but can't go wrong with those two. All right, so you got your shaky head rigged up. You know the gear you should be throwing it on. So how do you fish this thing? It's probably the number one question outside of how to rig it is how do you fish it? So you cast this thing out. It's great around docks, hard bottom, sand, a lot of cover. Really, you can throw it almost anywhere, just not in too weedy of a situation. So if you don't have a ton of weeds, it'll come through a little bit. But outside of that, you know, it's essentially Texas rigged, so just throw it around cover, bring it through around docks. When you cast it out there, let it hit the bottom. And some guys like to drag it back, some guys like to hop it back, some guys like to shake as they drag, i.e. shaky head. So I mean, just play with the cadence. I'd say I drag and shake most of the time. Hopping's probably not as common, but basically you want to maintain contact with the bottom, allow that Dizzy Diamond to do the work, have really good action through the tail, and just get ready for a bite. So when you get a bite, hook set. You want to set it pretty hard. So you got that medium heavy rod we were talking about, 10 to 12 pound line. So you just got to set the hook hard enough so that this plastic gets out of the way, the sharp hook comes through, and you pin your fish. So don't be nice to them, just have your drag set well, good medium heavy rod, set the hook hard. So we went over hook set, gear, how to fish it, and how to rig it. So good luck out there. This is the most common way that you're gonna rig a Dizzy Diamond, how to rig a shaky head, and just get a lot of bites. So good luck out there.